Here are the 13 interesting facts. Fact number 1. The letter J is the only one not found on the periodic table. In some countries like Norway, Poland, Sweden, Serbia, Croatia, the element iodine is known by the name jod. However, the periodic table still uses the IUPAC symbol I for the element. There was speculation the newly discovered element 113, ununtrium, might get a permanent name, starting with a J, and element symbol J. Element 113 was discovered by the Riken collaboration team in Japan. However, the researchers went with the element name Nihonium, based on the Japanese name for their country, Nihon-koku. Fact number 2. The medical term for brain freeze is sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. You may also hear this sensation referred to as cold-induced headache. Brain freeze is caused by the sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia nerves, SPG, which is a group of nerves near the trigeminal nerve in the brain. Fact number 3. In 2006, a Coca-Cola employee offered to sell Coca-Cola's secrets to Pepsi. Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola. A secretary at Coca-Cola's global headquarters has been arrested for stealing a file of a secret new product, hiding it in a brown Armani bag, and attempting to sell it for $1.5 million, £800,000, to the world's second biggest cola maker, Pepsi. In an audacious conspiracy which quickly descended into amateurism, Joya Williams, 41, an assistant to Coke's global brand director, is accused of trying to reignite the cola wars between the two firms, which have historically clashed rancorously over taste tests, sponsorship, secret ingredients, and nutrition. But Williams catastrophically misjudged the rivals' present-day relationship. Pepsi reported her to her bosses, who called in the police. Undercover FBI officers posed as Pepsi executives and pretended to broker a deal which culminated in a red-handed arrest. Fact number 4. A single strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. Fact number 5. You'd be prisoned up to 25 years for cutting down saguaro cactus. If you cut down a saguaro cactus in Arizona, you will be penalized up to 25 years in jail. It is similar to cutting down a protected tree species. If you have a saguaro cactus on your property, cutting it down is a crime. Landowners are required to notify the Arizona Department of Agriculture. The department will place a permit upon and tag the plant in the instance that you would like to remove it. Fact number 6. Pointing your car remote at your head increases its range. For even better results, hold it under your chin and open your mouth. Silicon Valley radio engineer Tim Poser explains, you're essentially turning your skull into an antenna. The fluids in your head make it a good enough conductor to actually increase the range of your key fob. You are capacitively coupling the fob to your head. With all the fluids in your head, it ends up being a nice conductor. Not a great one, but it works. Using your head can extend the key's wireless range by a few car lengths. Fact number 7. At birth, a baby panda is smaller than a mouse. Panda babies are among the smallest newborn mammals relative to their mother's size. Fact number 8. The world's largest grand piano was built by a 15-year-old in New Zealand. Adrian Mann, a 15-year-old boy, began constructing the musical wonder, which he named after his great-great-grandfather Alexander. He got the idea to build the instrument in 2004 after stumping his teacher with his question about how long brass strings would have to be to create the correct notes if they weren't wrapped in their usual copper wire. When his teacher couldn't give him an answer, he set out to find out for himself. Mann completed his mission in 2009 at age 20. The piano clocks in at an impressive 18 3/4 feet, which is more than twice as large as a typical concert grand. Creating the enormous instrument was a group effort. Neighbors and friends provided spaces to build it, and others helped by donating money, timber, and tools. The Alexander piano is one of the largest pianos in the world. Fact number 9. Longest war in history. The Anglo-French Wars are the longest in history, lasting over 876 years, 1 month and 1 week. They began in 1066 and ended in 1942. Fact number 10. Modern-day Robin Hood. An Italian bank manager, Gilberto Basciera, is considered a modern-day Robin Hood. He robbed from the rich to give to the poor and has narrowly escaped going to prison. Gilberto Basciera was the bank manager in the small mountain town of Forni di Sopra, where he stole about €1 million, £0.9 million, over 7 years. He took small amounts from wealthy clients and transferred it to those who couldn't qualify for credit. But he never pocketed a penny for himself and avoided going to jail after a plea bargain with authorities. I have always thought that in addition to protecting savers, our task was to help those in need, Basciera said, according to Italian newspaper Corriere della Sera. He was handed a 2-year sentence for his crimes. Since it was his first offense and the sentence is relatively short, he will not be imprisoned under Italian law. Fact number 11. Gold capital of the world. An estimated 50% of all gold ever mined on Earth came from a single plateau in South Africa. Witwatersrand. It holds the world's largest known gold reserves and has produced over 1.5 billion ounces, over 40,000 metric tons, which represents about 50% of all the gold ever mined on Earth. Fact number 12. Stephen Hawking hosted a party for time travelers, but no one came. In 2009, Stephen Hawking ran an experiment that required champagne, balloons, and hors d'oeuvre to demonstrate that backward time travel probably isn't possible. It was a time traveler's party but no one showed. And that was the point. I have experimental evidence that time travel is not possible, Hawking told reporters at the Seattle Science Festival in 2012. I gave a party for time travelers, but I didn't send out the invitations until after the party. I sat there a long time, but no one came. Hawking didn't send out any of the invitations until after the reception had passed, which was a critical component of the experimental design. Only those who could travel back in time would thus be able to attend. Fact number 13. There's a remote Norwegian town where you're not allowed to die. Longyearbyen, a Norwegian town, must also follow one very strange law. It's illegal to die there. Longyearbyen is so cold that dying has been illegal there since 1950, when locals discovered that bodies weren't decomposing in the cemetery because of the frigid weather. In fact, when scientists exhumed corpses of those who died in the 1918 flu pandemic in 1998, they were able to retrieve live samples of the deadly virus. Inhabited mostly by coal miners, locals became so scared of diseases spreading after they found that bodies weren't decomposing, they made it illegal for any more people to be buried in the local graveyard. While cremation urns are allowed to be buried there, so few people have taken up on this option that the terminally ill must leave the island and fly to the Norwegian mainland to spend their last days. If you seem to be about to expire, every effort will be made to send you to the mainland. Jan Christian Meyer, from the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, told The Sun. Hey! Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Dudepedia and hit the bell icon.